Welcome to the Coulter Law Podcast. Welcome to Washington Law. This podcast is separate from my role as an attorney. However, it is my job to educate, entertain, and teach and to put in context for you. And today we're going to be discussing 5 lawsuits that are pretty much slam dunks and that are likely for the plaintiff to win. So let's just get right into it. Number 1. We have environmental lawsuits, and I've got a little picture here that I've drawn for an example, and this is a very bad picture, but I think it's so bad you're probably going to get the idea. So let me explain it to you. On the right here, we have a guy, little homie here, okay, he's on the beach, and he's looking over and seeing what is maybe an oil spill, maybe some kind of a environmental problem over here, and this is a tank, some kind of an oil tanker or some kind of a boat taking the oil, and you can see it's leaking. So this guy was maybe a fisherman, maybe he was a local market for fish kind of a person, and so he would be the one suing the fish, and likely, good chance, as you can imagine the situation, that the oil is going to be the damages and potentially going to be a responsibility of the oil tanker over here. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is product liability. This one is, as you can imagine, you have a faulty product. So let's say that there's a young kid and he buys a toy car. Okay, just imagine this is a toy car, and he goes and this is not to scale, but just imagine that he's going here, the wheels here, and the wheels fall off. These are the 2 wheels, really bad wheels. The company, which I've put over here, you can see it's got a little chimney here, and they're making these cars out of it. The upset parent is going to sue the company. And you can imagine if they sell a product and the wheels fall off, you likely got a slam dunk. Okay. And the kid gets injured, and it was foreseeable that the kid was going to play with it like that. Likely, you're going to have a lawsuit. Okay, the next one is medical. So as you can imagine, here's a doctor. Looks like they're working on this person's foot, okay, or something. Just because it was too hard to draw it on the other side, and by making it look decent. Okay, and let's say that the doctor does something during the procedure and makes a mistake, and maybe he leaves something inside the person's body, or he causes some kind of a additional issue to one side of the body that didn't even need to be worked on. These types of medical cases, as you can imagine, are very much in the vein of the plaintiff going to be suing the doctor. Okay, next one, and number 4 is I've got Sarah and Joe, and they're 2 employees, just for examples here. And Sarah's being, let's say, sexually harassed, made fun of, belittled, all of those things by Joe. And the employer who's in the middle here is going to be trying to figure this out. And if the employer doesn't do an appropriate job investigating and then, taking action in the situation to limit the harassment or to eliminate it, then this attorney over here might sue the employer and could potentially win that lawsuit. So that would be harassment in the workplace. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is also an employment example, but a little bit differently. Let's say that, let's just use Sarah and Joe again. So Sarah and Joe again. And let's just say that Sarah is working her tail off. She's doing everything she needs to do. Manager, this is like a guy looking the other way. And he's saying, no, you need to keep working. We're only going to pay you for what you do during regular work hours, but you need to keep working. And then also she gets overlooked for bonuses and promotions and all of these things. And she puts all this together and creates the evidence that she needs to. And then she can claim that the work is discriminating against her if she's continuing to be, overlooked, maybe based on gender or, some kind of other protected class. And so in that case, the plaintiff would be suing the employer. Okay, so that's 5 lawsuits that you could potentially be in one side or the other. The thing is, a lot of times these come out in favor of the plaintiff. So thanks for watching. Tune back in next time, and yeah, click the like button. Thanks.